Late arrival of election materials, voter apathy characterized Plateau local government election. Police arrest village head suspected to be bandits' informant. Cholera death toll rises as Lagos, Jigawa and Kano record highest casualties. On the foreign scene, anger as search for Democratic Republic of Congo shipwreck victims continues. Good afternoon and welcome to the news update on Trust TV. I am Aisha Salihu. Now the news in detail. Thank you so much for joining us. We begin with matters of politics. Accreditation of voting have commenced in the local government election across the 17 local government areas of Plateau State. The election was earlier scheduled to start by 8 a.m. on Wednesday, but late arrival of ad hoc officials from the Plateau State Independent Electoral Commission has affected the commencement of the exercise as scheduled. Trust TV reports that voter apathy has substantially impacted the election in most of the polling units visited. 11 political parties are participating in the election, with voting underway to elect chairman and councillors from the 17 local government areas of the state. Joining us via phone is Trust TV's Adomusa to give us an update on the election. Adomusa, thank you so much for joining us on the news update.
Thank you for having me.
What more have we learned regarding the local government election in Plateau State?
Well, at the moment, following the complaint by many electorates on the issue of late arrival of election material, I've just listened to the chairman of the Plateau State Independent Electoral Commission also acknowledge the late arrival of the election material. But he said that this development was as a result of the delay in the supply of the election material by their contractors. But he also assured people that they are doing everything possible to rectify the problems and ensure that nobody is disenfranchised. So everything at the moment is going well, if not for the issue of the arrival of the election material.
Adomusa, you have just confirmed that the officials have also confirmed the late arrivals of materials. I'd like to hear from you. Is there somewhat an extension of time so that it would allow for people to vote since time has already been wasted?
Well, I cannot independently say that probably there will be an extension of time because he has not said anything with regard to that. But I knew that he was not happy with the development, and that was why he said when the material even arrived, they started distributing them to the farthest local government so that even if at the end of the day they are able to rectify the problem, the local government that are close to the commission will quickly also get their own material. So at the moment we cannot confirm whether or not there will be an extension of time. But I know that from what they have said earlier, the election is expected to stop by 3 p.m.
Okay. Adomusa, what about the security situation in the polling units at the moment, the ones you have visited?
Well, the one I have visited, I saw a lot of security personnel, including police and other personnel of other security agencies. Everything is peacefully. We have not had any report of violence during the election.
Okay.
So,
Just before I let you go, I'd like to hear your take on the voter apathy. What do you think underscored this voter apathy? Could it be because of the late arrival of election materials, or people are just not willing to go out to take part in the franchise?
Well, there are a lot of factors from what I have gathered during my visit to some of these polling units. Some voters will tell you that they don't have confidence in government completely, especially those that I met on the road, that why are you not going to participate in the election? They will tell you that no, what is the essence of going to vote? Because they don't have confidence in the government. They have been suffering. Some of them even attributed the problem to the problem of this fuel subsidy. Some even say that they don't have even money to transport themselves to their polling units, so they don't see any reason. While some are also attributing it to the issue of, okay, because this is a particular party maybe ruling the state, so there is no need for them to even go and vote. They cited some of the elections that were held last week, where if you have an APC governor, so all the chairman and councillors will also be what? The APC councillors and chairman. So if it is PDP, you also have the same. So they said that there is no need for them to even go and waste their time, simply because they know that already those who are contesting on the platform of the PDP will definitely declare winner at the end of the day.
Okay, Adomusa, thank you so much for bringing us up to speed on the developments and the incidents around the local government election taking place in Plateau State. We do hope to reconnect with you as soon as there is newer information. Thank you so much for your input.
Okay, thank you very much.
And now to security matters. At least 2 people have been killed and 11 others abducted in a fresh bandits attack in Kadisau village of Faskari local government area, Katsina State. The bandits who sneaked into the village at night emerged from the cover of darkness, and crops from the nearby farms went to house in search for their victims in Kadisau community. They killed 2 of their victims for resisting to be abducted and also rustled unspecified number of animals. Kadisau community in Faskari local government area of Katsina State have suffered serious bandits attack in the past, leading to the death of over 100 people in one day. The bandits are yet to make any ransom demands from the locals. Security agencies are yet to confirm the attack. A 45-year-old ward head, Usamatu Adamu of Runka village in Safana local government area of Katsina State, has been arrested by the Katsina State Police Command in connection with a suspected case of criminal conspiracy and kidnapping. Preliminary investigations revealed his alleged involvement in the criminal conspiracy and kidnapping of 4 persons. The suspect, now residing at Sabongida village in Igabi local government area of Kaduna State, was tracked and arrested based on credible intelligence on October 3, 2024. The spokesman of the Katsina Police Command, Abubakar Sadiq, paraded the suspect on Tuesday alongside 2 of his accomplices. According to Sadiq, the suspect was arrested after painstaking investigation linking him to several kidnapping incidents in Runka village, Safana local government area of the state. And to health matters, Lagos, Jigawa, Kano and Oyo and 4 other states are leading the number of deaths from cholera since the beginning of the year. According to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, a total of 10,837 suspected cases and 359 deaths from cholera have been reported. An analysis of the latest situation report from the agency showed that the deaths recorded occurred in 21 states. 9 states with the highest casualties are Lagos, Jigawa, Kano, Ebonyi, Oyo, Adamawa, Rivers, Katsina and Bauchi. The NCDC's report stated that cumulative deaths recorded from cholera this year increased by 239% compared to the ones recorded last year. The report also said suspected cases in the current year increased by 220% compared to those reported as at week 39 of 2023. Lagos residents have expressed concern that the current hardship in the country is largely due to unstable price regime in the oil and gas sector. The report.
Many Lagos residents called on government and relevant stakeholders in the oil and gas industry to ensure stability of PMS prices across the country. According to them, the current price regime is hurting businesses.
Since crude oil is our major source of exportation and is directly proportional as a byproduct of gasoline, which is a byproduct of crude oil, if you will have it. If there is a hike in the price of petroleum, which means there is a deficiency in the supply of crude oil, you understand, and thereby causing the fact that we don't have enough supply of crude oil in the economy, which is actually affecting the income source of this country.
We have a lot of things that we use and generate money. But fuel, when you increase, the moment they remove the subsidy, it affects a lot of things. Because anything you want to do right now, you need fuel. People move to their various working environments. They have to use fuel and other things.
You know, instead of this, our farmers, what they are doing now, when they reap something now, they sold it out to the foreigners. So that is the foreigners that are gaining more benefit from our resources right now. Nigeria forgot other solid minerals. It's not only fuel that is bringing money or bringing income in Nigeria. We have other areas like timber, columbite, zinc, so many things in those days. But nowadays, all eyes on fuel.
Lagos residents are calling on the government to diversify the country's economy, recognizing that petroleum products alone cannot sustain a population of over 200 million people. They further advised the government to put more effort in developing other sectors of the economy, such as agriculture, mining, and the export of various mineral resources.
Operatives of the Enugu Zonal Directorate of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission have arrested 44 suspected internet fraudsters at different locations of Ebonyi and Anambra states. They were arrested in the early hours of September 28 and 29, 2024, following actionable intelligence linking them to suspected online criminal activities. Upon arrest, preliminary investigations showed that the suspects took advantage of social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook to defraud unsuspecting victims. The Commission, in a statement, said while some of the suspects specialize in using fake identities to engage foreign nationals in romantic affairs with the intention to defraud them, others were found with fraudulent documents in their devices. Other items recovered from them include laptops and different brands of sophisticated mobile phones. EFCC said they will be charged to court as soon as investigations are concluded. The newly deployed Rivers State Commissioner of Police, Mustafa Mohammed, has vowed to swiftly restore normalcy in the local government areas of the state where arson and violence broke out on Monday. Mohammed made this statement during his maiden media briefing shortly after taking over from his predecessor, Olatunji Disu, at the command's headquarters in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital. The report.
CP said he has zero tolerance for corruption, stating that any officer found wanting will be punished appropriately. He described security concerns in the state as critical and unique. He said the command under his watch will be committed to transparency and welcome constructive criticism.
Kindly extend all the cooperation you gave to me to him. The Almighty God continue to be your guide. Yeah. Welcome. We wish you all the successes you deserve. Thank you. And of course, we have already in place measures. We have already in place measures through convoy patrol and confident building patrol to assure the public of their safety.
CP Mustafa said intelligence units will be strengthened and the police will work with community and other sister agencies to ensure safety of lives and property with a view to building stronger ties with the community and restore public confidence.
Traditional institutions and other supportive sister security agencies together actionable intelligence. They will enable us to prevent crimes before they occur and swiftly respond to any distress.
CP Mustafa assumes duty as the 46th Commissioner of Police in Rivers State.
You're watching the news update coming to you live from Trust TV studios in the nation's capital. Still in the news. Nigeria's growing housing deficit, a central theme in commemorating this year's Habitat Day. We'll bring you details of the story and more after the break. Don't go away. It's nice to have you join us again. Let's have a second look at some of our top stories. We told you that late arrival of election materials, voter apathy characterized Plateau local government election. You also heard police arrest village head suspected to be bandits informant. Moving to other stories. In commemoration of this year's World Habitat Day, stakeholders are calling for a more inclusive and comprehensive approach to tackle Nigeria's housing deficit, especially with the nation's rapidly growing population. Trustee Dorcas Yakubu spoke with estate developers and Nigerians about the challenges young people face in accessing affordable urban housing. The report.
Despite several government initiatives like the National Housing Fund, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, and Family Homes Funds, Nigeria's housing deficit remains at a staggering 22 million units, with many citizens still living in slums and unhealthy environments. As a signatory to Article 25 of the 1948 UN Declaration, which enshrines housing as a basic human right, and with this right reflected in the 1999 Nigerian Constitution, stakeholders are urging the government to declare a state of emergency on housing. This year's World Habitat Day theme, Engaging Youth to Create a Better Urban Future, highlights the critical role young people play in shaping tomorrow's cities. With rapid urbanization, UN Habitat predicts that by 2030, 60% of urban residents will be under 18, especially in Africa and Asia. This makes it crucial to factor youth needs in urban planning. In Nigeria's capital, Abuja, residents express varying views on the housing crisis and its impact on the country's future.
In Nigeria, you see estates that have up to 200 buildings, 300. Out of those numbers, maybe about 5 of them is being habited by human beings. Others are reptiles. And builder doesn't consider that it's money they use in building this.
It's not true, because I that is talking to you now, I have brought a company all the way from abroad to come to Nigeria to handle housing projects, and I know the conditions we are given. When you be given a condition that if after doing the project you won't even make something out of yourself, you will not like to involve yourself on that.
Residents have expressed frustration over the rising cost of living in urban areas and the government's inability to make housing more accessible. In response to these concerns, Trust TV spoke with estate developers to explore potential solutions and gain their insights on the issue.
The governments are not doing enough to cater for shelter for young people in Nigeria, because when you look at the program designed for that, even the Federal Mortgage Bank, just a simple 2-bedroom flats are going for 30 million naira. And when you look at the income of an average person in the country, you see that they are not earning up to close to 5 million naira in a year.
When it comes to mortgage, in Nigeria, a lot of people feel the only people who are advantaged to accessing mortgage are only civil servants, which is not quite correct.
A developer says it's critical for youth to get involved in the conversations and actions that will determine the future of cities.
As a young person, so long as you can earn a decent income, whether as a business owner, whether as an employee in the private sector, or whether as a civil servant, the first thing you begin to think about is, I need to own a house. Not necessarily because you must live in the house, but because when you own a house, most especially riding on the wings of mortgage, which you have the advantage of paying over a long period of time.
In May 2024, no fewer than 86 illegal squatters were evicted from makeshift apartments on the Dolphin Bridge in Ikoyi, where they had been paying 250,000 naira annually for their spaces. World Habitat Day 2024 offers a critical moment to reflect on the transformative impact of urbanization and the role of youth in shaping this change. By empowering young people through participatory processes and leadership opportunities, we can create a more inclusive, sustainable, and prosperous urban future for all. Dorcas Yakubu, Trust TV News, Abuja.
And to developments in business, the federal government has established task forces within the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission and the Ministry of Aviation to boost investment in Nigeria's aviation sector through public-private partnerships. The initiative aims to attract private capital to address infrastructure gaps and stimulate economic growth. This was disclosed in a statement by Ifeanyi Nwoko, acting head of media and publicity for the ICRC, released on Tuesday following a meeting on Monday between Jobson Ewalefo, ICRC Director General, and Aviation Minister Festus Keyamo in Abuja. The statement emphasized Ewalefo's view on the aviation sector's role in economic growth, noting the ICRC's task force to accelerate PPP investment. In response, the minister established a similar task force to collaborate with the ICRC for the swift execution of infrastructure projects. Away from Nigeria, dozens of families who lost relatives in the Lake Kivu boat accident are having to wait a long time to find closure because recovery teams have not been able to pull all the bodies out of the water. Every day since the tragedy on October 3, dozens of people wait at the port of Kituku, a few hundred meters from where the boat sank, for news about their family members who are still missing. Red Cross and police teams have been patrolling the lake for more bodies, but without success. Frustrated, the families accuse the authorities of not properly facilitating divers to do their job. At least 33 bodies have so far been recovered. Authorities estimate over 70 people died in the disaster. The ferry was traveling from Minova in South Kivu province when it sank near Goma, capital of North Kivu province. And finally in sports, Maduka Okoye has revealed Serie A champions Inter Milan attempted to sign him from Udinese over the summer. Okoye, however, said the Nerazzurri couldn't afford Udinese's asking price. There are rumors the Nigeria international could move elsewhere in January. The 25-year-old, however, said he is entirely focused on staying with the Zebras. And that concludes the news update on Trust TV at this hour. Remember, you can always follow us across all of our social media platforms and also join our YouTube live stream for more news, programs and documentary. I am Aisha Salihu. Thank you so much for watching. Join us again.